This one I read for Mother's Day. It's about my son, and it's entitled Worry. And I think it's apropos. On Mother's Day, you would think about your own children, but it's called Worry. Firstborn, anxiety birthed you on the rainy day on which you were born, 2 weeks early, the longest day of the year. Though you took your looks from your father, I gave you my mind, and for this I am sorry. I am sorry that the first time you learned what a burglar was, you were sitting on a shopping cart and then begged me to take you home so that you could protect it and never leave. Then I should have known to never define evil for you. When you asked as a toddler from the backseat of the car where people fall when they fall in love, then I should have begun to build a castle to lock you in. You wanted to be an astronaut until you learned about black holes. In kindergarten, you asked why you had no school on a holiday, and I told you who MLK was, and you asked how he died, and I had to define hate. The words I used were so little, I felt them staring up at me in confusion. At 5, you learned an important no. No, God will not make more manatees if they all die. You cried as you drew posters to tell the world to save the earth, but your father and I were the only ones to see these warnings. When you overheard me excitedly tell your dad the famous Australian died suddenly from a stingray bite, your lungs bawled for his family's loss. I couldn't understand how you could swim such depths with such short arms and legs. Son, I have heard your sorry, 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 I made you mad. But son, I am sorry, sorry, sorry. I denied you your hugs when you asked for them. Your constant need was a magnified mirror of my need neglected. Someone said that a son becomes a man over his mother's dead body. Your mother is dying, and my tired arms and legs cannot swim these unknown depths. Alphabet letters are in your math now. I cannot remember dates and names in history you study. You think of love as a person and no longer a place. You tell me to stop worrying. Son, hold me and tell me in little words that I can understand how you are becoming a man. Another domestic poem about cooking. This one is called Onion Poem, The Warning. You'll be crying in the end, it warns me. This first layer of complexity slips off like a thin smirk down the corner of its mouth. It will be an afterthought, secondary to any main dish. I say, if you were an Asian pear, the air beneath you would wrap a soft web of legs and arms around your too easily bruised body, a cliché of restlessness, the kind that swells in ripeness and hidden rot. But you are a pearl onion. I will roast you until your caramelized body softly breaks sweet, spilling its warm juices around my teeth like tears. And I guess I'm moving over past domestic because my next poem is called How to Stop a War. It's after a friend of mine, her poem had this kind of similar format, and I did get her permission, but it's called How to Stop a War. Cure number 3. Oh, and this is, I guess everybody's old enough to have taken typing classes. So this is kind of, there's a typing imagery at the end. Cure number 3. Walk around the corners of the room, ringing a small brass bell 3 times. The dying are afraid of loud sounds and the color blue. Sweep the chasms between the floorboards, bending down to kiss all 4 corners. Cover any mirrors and empty all vases of water. The dead do not like to see their own. Cure number 5. Take a strand of hair. Put it between 2 slices of buttered bread. Feed it to a dog and say, "Eat well, you hound. May we never hear every sound." Then quote a streaming statistic. Spit over a left shoulder 5 times to be sure armed letters camp in units. Cure number 12. Lightly tap any key and hit return 10 times. Let R, 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 and B, B, B form a picture, a boat, a candle, or a cat. If flag appears, best not to capitalize. Allow the rhythm to fall like syncopated waves floating on a wheat field. Type no, 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 until Y and we sound like bluesy jazz. Thank you.